The bombshell revelations by Atiku's witness against Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal introduced new documents never seen before. In order to get these documents, Atiku's legal team had to subpoena INEC to bring Tinubu's Form EC9, the form that every candidate in the presidential election filled before the contest. This document, among many that you will soon see, bears Tinubu Bola Adekunle. Unless Tinubu changed his name some time ago to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, then it is simply not his own. Before we see the implication of all these documents concerning the trial and Tinubu's fate before the judges, let's see the rest of the documents that the PDP witness submitted. They submitted certificate of service from Mobile, where Tinubu worked before he joined politics. There's the certificate from Chicago State University, the NYSC exemption letter, Tinubu's party membership card, and a letter from INEC that proves that the petitioners who subpoenaed them paid for the documents they released. So all the above documents are what the PDP got from INEC, and Tinubu submitted them himself to INEC. Now to the documents that PDP got by themselves. They actually hired a notary public in the United States who subpoenaed Chicago State University to produce this form. This form contains all the information an undergraduate must furnish to the university before admission. Of course, the information contained therein describes the person, the gender, date of birth, the person's entire biodata and personal particulars. And apart from the person being a female, there's another discrepancy in the year of birth of the person, which is 1954, unlike the birth year of Tinubu, 1952. The second document that the PDP legal team got by themselves is the transcript from Southwest College. They issued this transcript to one Bola Tinubu A. This transcript also shows that the person is or was a female. And going by the NYSC exemption letter, it means that the A stands for Adekunle. That's not the only problem with the NYSC exemption letter, as at the time of graduation, which was in 1979, by that 1979 up till mid-80s, one can be exempted from the National Youth Service Corps based on overage. It is not clear if Atiku's legal team subpoenaed the NYSC to verify the authenticity of the exemption letter. More on the NYSC exemption letter in a moment. The Labour Party governorship candidate in Enugu did verify the authenticity of the one that Peter Mbah submitted. They had to subpoena the NYSC to gather the information, and they came to court to tender the evidence that Peter Mbah's certificate is fake. This will definitely lead to an automatic disqualification for Peter Mbah. Any candidate in an election who submitted a fake document to INEC under oath is guilty of perjury and must be disqualified. It happened to David Leon of Bayelsa. He was not really involved directly, but because it's a joint ticket, the deputy governorship candidate was the one who committed the offense, but he was disqualified because of that. So it's already a given that Peter Mbah of Enugu State will be disqualified. Shouldn't the same law apply to Tinubu? Yes, it should, provided that Atiku's legal team submitted documents that proves that the exemption letter is fake. Then no technicality can save Tinubu. This is a document issued by a Nigerian agency, not a foreign one, so nobody should be asking whether it is certified, like all the questions that Tinubu's counsel asked Atiku's witness. If the NYSC certifies that the exemption letter is fake, then it is an automatic disqualification for Tinubu. One last document that Atiku's legal team tendered is the letter that Chicago State University wrote to the notary public in the United States. As you can see, the evidence is so incontrovertible. Although they should have done better by certifying the Guinea passport and even bringing someone from Guinea to testify, and the position of Tinubu's counsel, Wole Olanipekun, that the Guinea passport expired in 2020 is an acceptance that the passport is real. Despite his line of questioning of the witness, he tried to give the impression that it is fake, since it is not certified, that the mere fact that it was downloaded from the internet means that anyone could have photoshopped it and uploaded to the internet. He ended up accepting that the passport is real, and it's only a citizen that can hold and bear a passport of a country. One more thing to know is that the fact that Tinubu's counsel claimed that he renounced the citizenship, that's not the main problem. The main problem is that he lied about the existence of a second nationality. and also having willfully taken another citizenship in the past. And like the witness said, citizenship doesn't expire with the expiration of an international passport. International passport is just a document used to travel that identifies the owner. It's quite different from citizenship. Now, let's look at the implications and what the judges will consider when looking at these documents. The evidence from the academic records clearly shows that the bearer of the documents is different from the owner of the documents. Even the letter that some are showing purportedly from the university that says that Tinubu was a student of the university, that's not the problem, because as far as you are asking them about the name Bola Tinubu, whether such name attended the university, their reply will always be in the positive because the person actually attended the university. It is a fact. There's another fact that will be revealed when you ask the university for more documents that will show the true identity behind the name. This is the mistake that many people who probed the issue in the past made. Remember, during Tinubu's first time as governor of Lagos State, a private individual by name Balogu wrote a petition against Tinubu that he didn't attend Chicago State University. Why he did the accusation was because Tinubu claimed to have lost his degree certificate when the military raided his house in the 90s. This forced Tinubu to produce the certificate in a press conference in Abuja, the same certificate he claimed to have lost in the INEC form. The problem here is that at the time, no one verified the transcript and the real identity of the person from the university in the US. Even the then human rights lawyer, Ganifa Wumi of blessed memory, felt there was something fishy to the extent that he went to court to seek an order that would compel the Inspector General of Police to investigate Tinubu. Tinubu appealed the judgment all the way to the Supreme Court, where they ruled that Ganifa Wumi cannot compel the Inspector General of Police to prosecute Tinubu for the certificate forgery. Tinubu was also accused of lying that he attended Government College Ibadan by the same petitioner. His name was not found in the list of Class 1 students of 1965. At the time, the school was planning a grand reception for Tinubu as one of their own, but immediately the petition became public, the school cancelled the reception because none of their old boys in the school at the time, when Tinubu claimed to have attended the school, none of them knew Tinubu. So the school cancelled the ceremony out of embarrassment. In the same petition, he was accused of lying about attending University of Chicago, which Nigerian journalists at the time wrote to the university to confirm, and he returned in the negative that he didn't attend the university. This time around, he didn't include University of Chicago, only Chicago State University. It was a serious issue at the time to the extent that the Lagos State House of Assembly wanted to impeach him. But after they made their investigations, they only came up with the excuse that Tinubu accepted his mistakes, that Senator Afikiomi was the one who filled the INEC form for him and therefore Tinubu shouldn't be held responsible. Ganifa Wumi fought hard, even testified in front of the Lagos State House of Assembly that Tinubu committed perjury. But unfortunately, the Supreme Court ruled that while a governor's immunity doesn't prevent him from being investigated, he cannot be put under trial for perjury or anything. There's one thing that doesn't add up. During the investigation by the Lagos State House of Assembly, the journalists involved in the investigation discovered that Tinubu did his NYSC at one Haboni engineering company in Ibadan. He was in the 1982-83 batch. They were able to obtain a copy of his NYSC discharge certificate. He submitted this same certificate to INEC in 1999. So this is where it gets interesting. Why didn't Tinubu submit the same certificate to INEC last year? Why did he submit an exemption letter this time around to INEC? What happened to the one he submitted in 1999? What changed? Did he go back in time? Now, let's go back to what the judges will discover while going through the evidence submitted by Atiku's witness. They will discover that the owner of Chicago State University academic records was born in 1954, not 1952, as Tinubu wrote in his INEC EC9 form. They will also discover many discrepancies in the Chicago State University certificate that Tinubu submitted compared to the real one that the university issued to other students of the university at the period covering 1979 and beyond. If they see the discrepancies, the signature, design, university logo, and others, that means he forged it. And the electoral law is now very strict, unlike in 1999, concerning people who forge certificates. There are provisions that deal with candidates who are involved in certificate forgery. Whether he owns it or not, the most important thing is that the certificate is not the exact replica of the original. We made a detailed comparison in this video showing on the top right corner. The video link will also be at the end screen. The judges will also discover in one of the documents before them that one Bola Tinubu claimed to have attended Government College, Lagos in 1970. There's only one government college in Yaba, and the college wasn't in existence in 1970. In fact, the college was established 4 years after, in 1974, by Mobolaji Johnson, a former military administrator in Lagos State. So the person couldn't have attended a non-existent college. So as you can see, the baggages are just too much for one individual. The age is disputed, all the schools he claimed to have attended are questionable, so as the certificates, even Deloitte, where he claimed to have worked, is questionable. The company actually wrote a letter of denial when an inquiry was made. They said they don't know him, that such a name never worked for them. So the judge is seeing all this. It will be very obvious to them that this individual is hiding something. And when someone tells one lie, the person will need to tell more lies to cover the first one when the cover is broken. This is just a small part of the enormous work before the judges. Apart from the certificate scandals, lying under oath, forfeiture of $460,000 to the United States, the judges will still deal with who won the presidential election, who scored the highest lawful votes, and not forgetting the 25% in Abuja. Like someone asked in one of the comments, the court will still hear INEC's reply on the matter when they open their defense. So it's not like they forgot about it, no. It doesn't require any testimony from a witness. The judges just need to interpret the relevant section of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Before we go, feel free to ask questions on the proceedings in the comment section so that we can answer them in another video tomorrow or Monday. Thanks for watching.